Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right. It is The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. When you talk about the welterweight division, this guy is at the top. He is the unified welterweight champion of the world. The big fish. Man down. The truth. Which one do you identify with more?
Strap season. Yeah, line them up.
You got a lot of them, don't you now?
Put them in the dirt.
That's probably the best.
Yeah.
Put them in the dirt is the best one. Errol Spence Jr. back with us, man. So it's here. I mean, we've been talking about this a long time. Hey, I remember back in your gym, that hot gym you had in Dallas, and we were talking about fighting. Now that it's here, what's it like? What do you feel like? Is it like, yeah, this is my time?
Definitely my time. I feel like this, what I've been dreaming about since the amateur days when I was a kid. Like I said, watching those, documentaries of, Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, just seeing the lead up and, seeing, how mean they was in the ring. And just, watching it like, man, I want to be like them are true gladiators. And, I finally had my opportunity where I can put on the show and, put on a great performance and, be like that. And somebody have a documentary of me in the lead up to the fights. And, and I got a kid 30, 40 years from now, like, he's an amateur and he's watching the fight and he's a pro now. And he's like, man, I want to have a fight like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Or, like, that's going to be a great moment.
Yeah, at your name in the history books. At the press conference, I thought it was interesting. Bud Crawford said, I'm happy that I helped inch this thing over the finish line and get it done. What do you think? What was the tipping point to finally getting it done? Because I know you went through a lot to get this fight. What do you think, in your opinion, what got it over the finish line?
I feel like it was basically me putting, making concessions that, that people thought I wasn't going to make. And, basically giving him stuff that, that the business people feel like he didn't need or he didn't deserve. And, I wanted to make the fight happen, so I was like, give it to him. Mm-hmm. So,
what do you think a victory over Bud Crawford does for Errol Spence Jr.'s legacy?
I feel like that type of victory, does a lot for my legacy. I feel like it makes me the best fighter not only in the welterweight division, but makes me the best fighter in boxing, period. And I feel like a victory, knowing how Terrence Crawford's temperament is and knowing how, when you push him, he's going to push harder. Just having to break him, I feel like that's going to be legendary. And, I feel like how stubborn he is, he going to want a rematch. So, it'll probably be 2 fights.
Probably. And both at 147, or the second one you think at 154?
I don't know. We'll see when the time comes. When the time comes.
People so anticipate this fight. It's been so anticipated. It was kind of like Mayweather-Pacquiao. A lot of people came away with Mayweather-Pacquiao like, it was great. It just didn't have any action. How can you guarantee that these people, they won't be disappointed when you two get into the ring?
Just if you look at the previous fights and just look at our temperaments, you see somebody try to push me or somebody fight harder, I fight harder, And you look at him, you see if somebody try to push him or they try to fight harder, he start fighting harder. And, he has pushback, I have pushback. And that's just a recipe for a great fight, exciting fight, and for us to put on a great show. We both want to be in the history books. We both want to, have a great fight. And I just feel like for us, you putting us together is like, putting, 2 pits in a cage together and the 2 fighting pit bulls. And, they both smell blood. They both got a wound. And, it's either the only way to get out the cage is somebody got to die.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to be both our mentalities come fight night.
Did it ever bother you, EJ, that when you looked at, even now, the pound-for-pound rankings, it always had Bud Crawford like number 1, Errol Spence 4, what have you. You're the unified champ. You got 3 of the belts. Yeah. Even going into this fight, he's a slight favorite. Did any of that, when you hear that, did it ever motivate you or upset you at all?
Nah, I don't really pay too much attention into that type of stuff. I know after I win this fight, I'll be the best, fighter in the world, and you know, to I can see why he is the favorite. Just common sense. I'm realistic. All the stuff that I've been through, just the stuff that people know about, I've been through. I will pick him the favorite too. So stuff happened, and but I keep defying the odds. Everybody thought I was gonna be a shell of myself as I came back from the car crash, and I came back and been doing my thing ever since. The eye injury came back and been doing myself ever since. So I keep defying the odds, so people can keep saying, or they saying and keep talking negative, but they don't know. That's really just added motivation.
Yeah. And hey, listen, in this sport of boxing, you know this. Sometimes you got to go through some stuff because that's what you rely on when you get in those hard times in a fight. And if you've never gone through something, that's when sometimes those hard fights become a loss for you.
Yeah, that's not only in the sport of boxing. That's life.
That's life. that is life, Errol Spence. You're right.
You gotta go through something.
You're right about that.
You're gonna be tried.
There's some people who say, man, his versatility, his counterpunching, his athleticism would be too much for Errol Spence. What do you say to that?
Say, that's good, man. That's great. But you know what I'm saying? Like with me and my style, none of that gets to me. I feel like my skill set, my ability, and I just keep coming and not only just coming, I'm a guy that can change it up. I'm a guy that can do different things. I didn't become, Olympian. I didn't just be all these great amateur guys or pro guys by just having just one attribute, just come forward, throw punches, and just be able to take a punch. I'm a guy who can shift it up, do different things, have defense. I can switch back from offense to defense. I can break a guy down. I can box too. I just do things sudden. I don't feel like necessary that I gotta move and do all the different things that they do. I feel like that wastes more energy. I ain't got time for all that.
That's hilarious. You got it now. You're stable. I mean, you've got so many guys now. Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia. What has that been like now that those guys have joined?
I mean, it's cool. Ryan came for a couple of days, I guess, just to fill out the gym. Anthony Joshua, he been there training, full time. And, usually I train like 8, 9 in the morning, before the sun come up. So, we'll see each other in passing. But me and Anthony, we talk. When Ryan came, we talked in passing and stuff like that. So with everybody, Frank in the gym, me and Frank, we talk a lot. We do strength conditioning together. So, it's great just to have other great fighters in the gym because it makes you, stay on point, especially, in sparring and knowing, they watching you. So, you trying to work a little harder.
What's the next big fight for you think? You have 154. I mean, Bud Crawford was on here and he said, hey, look, I want Charlo after Spence. I want Spence and I want Charlo. I remember you saying, hey, if the money's right, you never know. Because you want to go to 154 after this.
Yeah.
What's the next big fight for you think?
I really don't know. I'm not even thinking about the next fight, to tell you the truth, man. For me, I'm living a blessed life, man. I got a great opportunity, man. I'm able to take care of my kids and, do the great things out of life. So for me, it's just about, after this, I'm spending time with my family, taking my kids to Disney World and, just enjoying the fruit of my labor the right way I'm supposed to. And that's, being with my family and taking my dad. His dream is to go to Africa, so I'm taking my dad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm taking my dad to Africa and take my mom somewhere and just spend time with my family and just enjoy the fruit of my labor with my family, the people who've been there with me since day one.
All right, so we come to the last section of the last stand. You know the drill. I got to ask you a series of questions. Give me the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready?
Yeah.
Who is the biggest threat to the 147-pound division? Obviously you guys are at the top, but in the future, is it Boots Ennis? Is it Virgil Ortiz?
I would say both. I mean, Virgil, a Texas boy. He's very tough. He's a guy that's, gonna fight, give it his all. I wish him the best through his I know he had a condition or whatever, so I wish him the best through that. But Jaron Ennis, he nasty too. You know, very skilled, very talented. You know, look like he's super hungry and dedicated. You know, so they both gonna be a force to reckon with.
More realistic fight for you in the future, Boots Ennis or Jamel Charlo?
Well, paying the most.
I love it. I love
My
it.
kids go private school.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Hey, man.
I love it. I love it. Which one do you identify with more? The Truth, Big Fish, Man Down?
The truth.
The Truth. Got it. What did you think when Rolly Romero came here on the last stand and said he is coming for Errol Spence at 147 and going to take you out?
He a nut. He almost lost to that old man, so he need a rematch. He need a rematch him, man. Hey, man, it looked too good, man. The ref really helped him out, man. They needed, man. And that ref usually he's good. He's a good ref, but that old man was on his ass.
He was.
He was on his ass. I was like, man, he gonna lose to somebody grandfather, man. God damn. I was like, he gonna lose somebody grandfather for beat this man. He dropped him and everything. I say, I was felt like he in trouble.
Oh my God, I'm always ready for that. Is Frank Martin, because that's your fighter, you think he's ready for Tank Davis?
Yeah, Frank definitely ready. He ready for everybody in the 135 division. Super focused, you know, super dedicated. I just send him text messages all the time, just tell him stay focused.
Yeah.
You right there, man. You know, stay hungry. Just make sure you stay the course, man, because it's there. And opportunities like this don't last forever. So just stay the course, stay focused. But he's definitely ready for everybody.
Last but not least, do you think we can get a rematch? Just one round this time. But you can't throw no more punches up in here, man. That was not fair, bro.
Hey, man.
For you almost brought that cavity that I had up here in my
Hey,
chest.
man, it's either that or the head. So you got to choose, man.
That is my guy, Errol Spence Jr., the unified welterweight champion of the world. Will you be the undisputed heavyweight or welterweight champion of the world next time we speak?
Oh, definitely. Undisputed welterweight champion of the world, the first ever, man.
That's fantastic. EJ, I always appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring the biggest names in the sport, and I tell you what, it gets no bigger than this guy right here, Errol Spence Jr. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week.